Hey, Kamar Joba guys, I'm in Georgia today and I want to give you guys a quick tutorial on covered calls, how I manage covered calls, and a very quick and short guide. It's going to be absolutely life-changing for you here. So here's my portfolio. Let's go over the first trade. It's going to be 3 different examples in this video. All 3 are going to be in slightly different situations, so you're going to learn a lot. Now, the first position that I want to talk about in my portfolio is I have a covered call on Amazon. And a lot of beginners are, probably wondering, well, when a covered call goes into the money, what do you do? When a covered call is out of the money, do I just do nothing, or should I, close this position? When do I take profit? And, really I want to address managing a covered call and go into some specific details here for beginners and maybe even intermediates. Now, okay, let's use Amazon as an example. I have 1,800 shares. I'm up a bunch of money on Amazon. It's at 276, but my covered call is at 230. I'm very in the money. My covered call is in the money. So, what would I do here? Well, as of right now, I'm not doing anything. However, I do need to roll this position higher. Now, a roll is essentially when you close out an option and then you open up another option. Typically, you want to roll up. When you have a covered call, either you just take assignment and you lose your shares, they will get exercised because they're in the money. Or if you want to hold on to your shares, you don't want to lose them, then what you can do is roll the position. You can roll it up, into a higher strike price, which is beneficial, right? Because right now, if I were to get assigned, then I would get assigned at 230. Let's say, hey, I think fair value for Amazon is 250, or, I don't want to get rid of it for 230. I just want to move higher. I want to continue to go higher with Amazon's price. Okay, so that would be, that would require a roll up. Now, the expiration date that I have here is 6/18, so that is June 18th. Now, that is some time, I'm in May right now, so well, that's actually about 30 days, okay? 30 to 40 days. So that is actually not close enough for me to want to roll. What I typically do is I roll in the last 1 to 3 weeks. That's really when the option has had a decay of time value. However, I will say when an option is already in the money and it's deep in the money, there's not that much time value to the option. For example, if you do the math right now and you take 230, right, that's the strike price, and then you add it to, the premium here. The premium is 48, so 230 plus 48, we're going to get 278. And the current price of Amazon is 276, right? 276. So I'm really not losing that much. 278 versus 276, not that big of a difference. So the time value is really low. So actually here, this is when I will actually consider to roll a lot sooner than that 1 to 3 week traditional rule. So this is kind of where I would break my rule. If the option is kind of in the money a little bit or not in the money at all, and it's out of the money, then you don't really need to roll unless it's 1 to 3 weeks. In this situation, because I want to hang on to Amazon, I will look for a roll. So I'm going to click this, and I'm actually going to probably place this trade for you guys here in this video. Okay, so let's take my 230 here, and I will take the 230 a little bit higher. So let's do this. Okay, I'm down money on the covered call. Of course, it's going to show a loss because the covered call itself is down, but I'm up a lot on the stock. So here's what I can do. I can go to roll this position, right? And whether you're using Robinhood or any other brokerage, it doesn't matter. Your goal is to roll up, so go higher, and then roll out. So let's go from 6/8 to, let me just show you. I'm actually going to make this trade. So let's go to August. Let's just show you a trade that would make a lot of sense. Okay, so I'm going to go to August, 107 days. Okay, so look, I can go from 230 to, if I were to go to 240 here, I would have to pay a debit. So what I'm looking for, what I'm scanning for right now is the premium. Okay, 235, I get a credit. I have a net credit here. It's a small net credit, but hey, I get a net credit. The amount of time that I add is 64 days. So, that is not that bad. 64 days in getting paid. But that's just not really a significant roll. Going from 230 to 235 is not significant. Now, it's going to be very difficult to fix a position perfectly, especially when you're so deep in the money. The second and third example I show you, it's going to be very, very easy. This is the more challenging time. You know what? Let's actually come back to this because this is kind of like a challenging situation. Let's go over to easier situations and come back to this. All right, so let's move over into Robinhood. This is a position that I currently have. This is going to be the easiest one. This is going to be the easiest example. And then I'm going to go over a different trade. That's going to be kind of medium. And then we'll come back to Amazon because that's going to be a little bit difficult. So let's kind of build up to that. Now, Robinhood is currently trading for $78. I am underwater a lot. I mean, I'm showing you difficult positions. I'm underwater on Robinhood. It is what it is. I'm just being honest. Like, that's my results right now on Robinhood. My portfolio is at all-time highs, though. I'm at all-time highs. I'm doing well, but this is my tough position, man. So what do? Well, it's actually pretty simple because Robinhood's at 78 and my covered call is at 90. When a covered call is out of the money, there's not a whole lot of management. You just wait till expiration. So right now, what I have to do on Hood is just wait, be patient, and hope that my business thesis is going to play out and the company will come up. Every earnings quarter, it's gonna hopefully rise. It's been very tough. So right now, my only thing that I have to do is wait. So one of the lessons, I guess the easiest lesson, is just do nothing when your covered call is out of the money. My MD covered call here is actually doing okay. I mean, I'm up 14 grand and I'm up 50%. It's too soon to take profit. I wouldn't take profit here. Just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but here's my logic and thought process. If you're up 50% and there's still a lot of time on the option, you have 50 more percent to go. If it was up 80% or 90%, I would think about closing this option for a profit. Right now, no action. Robinhood 90 covered call, stocks under 80. Don't need to do anything. So that's the easiest thing to do, right? That's easy. Let's go to Meta. Meta actually opened up this covered call today. Let me show you the history, actually, just so you can see the proof here. So yeah, 6 hours ago, you can see individual 6 hours ago. I got signed on a put option. I'm running the wheel strategy here. I got assigned. And today, I got assigned at 625. I got paid pretty good money. And then essentially, I did a 630 covered call, okay? Pretty immediately as soon as I got assigned, essentially. In a very short amount of time. So 630 covered call, and I collected $7,100 of premium. Now, look, whenever you sell a covered call, that premium enters your account, but, options must expire for you to realize that full value, right? It's cash in your account, but it's not like realized profit until you close the option or it expires worthless. So I sold a 630 call today, and Meta has actually jumped up a lot since I did that. So I did it on my coaching call, which I do it at the market open. So yeah, Meta ended up coming up. I mean, I'm still out of the money, but it's approaching 630. So I have the 630 covered call here. So this covered call is down. So this is a little bit interesting because this is a shorter term expiry. It's not like for Robinhood, it was in July. This is Meta in June, but I just opened this position up. So for now, let me actually click into this option, show you some of the results inside of this option so far. You can see how options are very volatile and can be risky. I mean, it's down 40%. Now, it's not like your entire account's down 40%, just the option premium went against me by 40%. However, that's okay because whenever I'm selling a covered call, like I'm not looking to trade the option itself. Like I'm not, trading the option or short-term swinging or anything like that. What I'm doing is I just collect premium, and because I have an average cost on Meta on that specific lot of puts that I sold at 625, 630, if I sell it, I'm at a gain. Like I'm happy. Now I do have 100 shares that were a bit more expensive. That's why my average cost is showing 630. I had 100 shares and then I got assigned on 5, so I got 500, which is nice because I basically dollar cost averaged, right? So if I got assigned at 625 for 500 shares and my average cost is 630, that means that my 100 shares were probably like, I forget what they were, but like 670 in cost. So I was able to go from like 670 down to 630 because obviously, 500 shares into 100 shares is like massive amount of volume and quantity compared to what I had. So this is like a position that I basically just got into, sold some covered calls today, and now it's time for management, right? So what do I do for management? Well, because, my average cost is 630 and the other shares that I had that were higher, that is what it is. My current lot is at, 625 that I sold. And if I sell at 630, clearly that's a profit, right? Because I got assigned at 625 and I'm getting out at 630. So that's a $5 profit. Keep in mind, I got paid via put premium when I sold the puts, and then I got paid call premium when I sold the covered calls. So in terms of managing this covered call, really, I'm in good shape because even if it goes into the money, I'm not going to close this or roll this, okay? So here, I'm not going to close or roll. Whereas with Robinhood, let me go back to Robinhood for a second. And hopefully I'm not all over the place with this video and hopefully understand. This is kind of an impromptu video. I just really had this idea that I want to share in these 3 positions. I really want to help you guys out. But I have a full step-by-step free course on rolling here on YouTube. I'll have that in just a couple of minutes. I'll show you where it is at the end. So yeah, if you need that step-by-step guide, I'll have it for you. It's also going to be in the description, but it'll be at the end of this video. You can skip to the end if you're thinking you don't have any time, you want to click off anyways or something like that. But look, Robinhood, if it goes towards 90, I do want to keep the stock, so I will just roll it from 90 to 95 or even 100, and then I'll add some time. I'll go from July to August or September. That is my strategy. That's my plan. That's what I want to do with Robinhood. Whereas with Meta, I'm comfortable to just kind of let it sell off. It's kind of like a position that I just got into, right? So I'm pretty flat on it. So yeah, I'll just let that sell off. Okay, so now that you kind of understand that, let's go back to our Amazon example. This is going to be a difficult one. Like, did you notice with Robinhood, it's pretty simple. If Robinhood goes to 90, it's going to go to 95, 100, right? At the time that that happens. Meta, same pretty much. I can either roll up or just kind of let it sell off for a profit. Amazon, because I'm so deep in the money, there's just not a whole lot I can do. You can see here going to 230 to 235 is already kind of, that's as good as I can really do. Because as soon as I go to 240, I'm already paying debits. So it can be very, very challenging. Now, let me show you how to make this better. So the way to make it better is by adding more time. So if I go for like December, that's a lot of time. Okay, now because there's a lot of time, I can go up to, essentially 250 for no cost. Okay, it's showing a total debit cost, but again, this is a really big position for me. 15 contracts at like 230 is like in like the $400,000. So for me to pay $700, it's not that much in relation to the overall position size, right? So the net debit of 700, basically it's like zero. It's not much at all. Now here's like the benefit, or here we can keep this. Let's call it $1,000. Perfect. Thank you, Robinhood. Thank you, the market, for going to 1,000. It's going to cost me 1,000. Okay, but here's the benefit I get. I go from 230 to 250. I mean, that is $20. That's $20. And that might not seem like a lot, but $20, each option is 100 shares. So that's $2,000. And then, I have 15 contracts. You can see it's a 15 contract position. So $2,000 times 15 is going to be $30,000. So I am paying $1,000 in cost. That is the price that I pay. That's the premium that, I have to spend to roll this option. But if I spend $1,000, the net benefit that I get in terms of upside would be about $30,000 in total value, right? Of course, there's risk. The risk is fluctuation in the stock. The stock can come crashing down. So I ended up rolling from 230 to 250 and spending money, and now stock can go down to like 200, 150. Anything can happen, right? But the chances of Amazon like crashing down below, not that high, right? But this isn't about Amazon. It's really just so you understand how I think about rolling and how you can use rolling within your own portfolio. The goal with the roll, especially with the covered call, is if you like the stock, you want to just bring that strike price higher. That's it. That's your goal. So that's what I would do here with Amazon. I would go from 230 to 250. That's my plan. I'll probably execute on this in the near future and take this position higher in terms of strike, which will unlock value for me. And, I'll pay a small debit. That's fine. I'm okay with paying debits as long as, the ROI is huge. As long as the ROI that I get is really big. So if I can pay $1,000 and unlock 30, then for me, that's amazing, right? Remember, the stock can come down and you can become out of the money on your covered call. In which case, it would just be better to let the stock be in the money and at expiration, just getting rid of it. So it is very situational. I want you to understand rolling as much as possible. These were 3 quick examples and it still took me about 15 minutes. So if you want a full course, I have a full free course here on YouTube where you can see more examples and really understand how to roll. It's a very important thing. So check it out right here. And I know this video is gonna give you a lot of insight into how to roll properly.